What is the best electric car on the market right now in 2022? I get this question asked all the time, so I'm finally going to give you an answer once and for all, and it's probably not what you expect. Make your wagers in the comment section, and we're gonna start right now. Welcome to E4 Electric. Don't forget to click on that subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you don't miss anything moving forward. So as I mentioned, people ask me this question all the time, and it could be anywhere from the comments section of my videos all the way to me talking to a girl at a bar, and as soon as she asks me what I do for a living and I tell her, boom, what kind of an electric car should I buy? Wait, what? It's like if she was to ask me which guy in this bar I should marry. Well, I don't know. What kind of guys do you like? If you like short guys with the most unpopular accent in the world right now, well, you're in luck. But if you want a 6'1" doctor who's ready to start a family like yesterday, well, then you should go over there and then keep walking far, far away from this bar because he's not here at 1 o'clock in the morning. I guess what I'm trying to say is that much like with a perfect spouse, a perfect electric car for you is different from a perfect electric car for me or most other people. So I will ask you the same thing I asked that girl at the bar. What are you looking for? What's more important to you? Are you tired? Because you've been running through my mind. The last one may not be as relevant. There are plenty of choices of electric cars nowadays in 2022. Almost every manufacturer has at least one. Let's talk about the new electric car choices and which ones are the best in different categories. Which one is the fastest, has the best range, best price, best self-driving features, and of course, the best looks. All right, Alex, what is the fastest electric car out there? Well, first of all, electric cars are generally faster than gas cars, and it's been like that for a while now. And by fastest, I mean, and let's limit this conversation to the 0 to 60 time. Now, I don't really know why it's so important to win the races with Lamborghinis from one streetlight to another, and there is literally a medical elective procedure to fix that, but I'll tell you anyway. And let's set exotic limited edition supercars with the price tags of over $2 million aside, like the Pininfarina Battista, Spark Owl, and Rimac Nevera, which will all do 0 to 60 in way under 2 seconds. Now, the fastest production car is still the Tesla Model S Plaid, 0 to 60 at around 2 seconds. Even Porsche's answer to Tesla, which is the Taycan, is not that fast, even though Porsche so desperately wanted that they've jammed a transmission into the damn thing, something that we all thought was a thing of the past, much like the internal combustion engine. Alright, now what about something more practical, like the fastest charging electric car? Now, that is important, but unfortunately complicated. First, let me point out that the only time charging speed of an electric vehicle matters is when you're fast or DC charging it on a trip. In your garage, it doesn't really matter whether your car is fully charged 5 hours, 2 hours, or 3 minutes before you get into it. Bottom line, with even an average home charger, your car will be charged by the time you get into it in the morning. But even when you're only talking about the DC fast charging, it's still a bit complicated because each car has a different battery and different speed at which it charges at the different states of charge. Now, you probably heard car companies tell you that their EV can charge at a certain number of kilowatts of max rate, or how fast it can charge from 10 to 80%. Now, all of that is BS, because the only thing that matters to you as a consumer is how many drivable miles can a charging session add per each minute of charging. And the winner there is actually pretty clear, and it is the Lucid Air that can add 100 miles in 6.5 minutes or 200 miles in 12 minutes. And it's the only EV that has been clocked charging at over 300 kilowatts. If you want to know more about charging and see independent charging tests, please visit the State of Charge channel hosted by my good friend Tom Malogny. I put a link to it in the description of this video. Now, how about something even more important? How about an EV with the longest range? Well, this one belongs to the Lucid Air as well at 520 EPA rated miles, with the distant second going to the Tesla Model S long range at 405. That's right, the record for best, most important specs for an EV do not belong to Tesla anymore. Next, let's talk about the most important thing for many people when it comes to buying, well, pretty much anything, which is the safety and the environmental impact. I'm just kidding, it's the money. It's the price. And there is a clear winner there as well. I'll tell you which EV gets that title. But before that, a quick reminder that this video is brought to you by Electrify America, the largest public fast charging network in the US that provides the freedom for all EV drivers to go where they need to go, including coast to coast. With over 800 locations across the US, with more than 3,500 individual DC fast chargers nationwide and growing. Download their app to find hundreds of locations and sign up for their Pass Plus membership for discounted charging sessions. Get started using the link in the description of this video. Alright, now so if you are on a budget, or you just don't like spending money on horseless carriages that get you from point A to point B, and your main priority is the low price, then you should go for the Nissan Leaf at $27,400, which means after the federal tax credit alone, it will cost you less than 20 grand. Now, its EPA range is on the lower side at 151 miles, but it is still more than enough for about 99% of your daily trips, especially if you live in a city. Of course, I'm talking about the latest second edition, which does no longer look like an unhappy frog at the peak of its hibernation period. Now, let's talk about my most favorite category, the best value, meaning how much do you get per each dollar you spend on your EV. In this category, my choice was literally my choice when I got my last EV, which is the Volkswagen ID4. Once it is being produced here in the United States in a few months, the price should drop to around $35,000 before the incentives, thus way below $30,000 after. It's a good-looking, well-built crossover with 250 miles of EPA range, and get this, 3 years of unlimited free charging at Electrify America, the sponsor of this video. The close second would be the Chevy Bolt, which is finally coming out of the huge and embarrassing recall. The new 2023 Bolt EV will start just under $27,000, which is essentially the same price as the Volkswagen ID4, since GM EVs do no longer qualify for the $7,500 federal tax credit. It's not the best looking EV, looks more like a compliance car, but it has a good range at 259 miles and pretty much everything you need from a decent EV. Now, let's talk about the best self-driving technology, and the correct answer is, let's say it all together, no one. No one. There is no car out there, electric or not, that can drive itself. Not even close. Now, the driver assistance features are the most impressive in a Tesla, with a very close second from XPeng in China, but those are still pretty far from the self-driving level, no matter how much Elon Musk pinky promises it's coming next year for the last 5 years. Now, how about the category that we didn't even have less than a year ago, the best electric truck? There are already 3 of them on the market right now, with the Silverado EV coming next year. Many believe it is the Ford F-150 Lightning, but to me, the range is just too low, as it starts at just 230 miles and tops at 320. I mean, if you're using this truck as a truck, it is not enough, as it is no secret by now that, for example, towing can cut that range by more than half. What about the Rivian R1T? Well, unfortunately, Rivian has recently turned into a mess of a company with many production issues and shady business practices, and its range is still not good enough at 314 miles if you're using this truck as a truck, or as Rivian suggests, an adventure vehicle. For me, the winner would be the Hummer EV. Now, granted, GM is building it at a very slow pace right now, but that would be my choice. But Alex, it's got pretty much the same range as the other two at 329 miles. I know, but if you are buying the Hummer EV, you're not buying it to use it as a truck. Honestly, I'm not sure if Hummer EV owners know what that weird box-like attachment on the back of the truck even is. Its user interface is designed by a gaming company and it does 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. It's expensive, but it's a great looking pickup truck that I actually would get. And finally, let's talk about the looks. Which one is the best looking EV? Now here, unfortunately, much like that girl at the bar, nobody can help you. You're just gonna have to look at all of them and figure out which one makes you drool the most. For me, it's still the Tesla Model S. Beautiful even after all these years. Which one makes your battery overheat? Let me know in the comment section. I'm looking forward to all of your comments. Other than that, see you guys next time and remember to stay charged.